Cancer. Thousands of times we come across this word cancer. And then it's as dreadful to us doctors than it's to patients who've been diagnosed of this disease. So, this is a problem which apparently has no particular solution. So, why is there no solution to a particular problem? Is the approach wrong? Is the understanding wrong? Let's come and have a look at this particular thing, cancer. Now, let's try and understand what actually happens in a case of cancer. What's the mechanism behind it? Necessarily, all of us are nothing but a collection of trillions of cells, trillions of different cells. And each of these cells has a particular function to perform. Let's say when the embryo is formed or when the entire human body is formed from a single cell, then the nucleus or the DNA decides which particular cells are going to be the cells of your skin, the cells of your brain, the cells of your lungs, or the cells of your uterus or your ovaries, and so on and so forth. So, sometimes because of aberrant genetic mechanism, which can be inherited from your parents, which is called as a proto-oncogene, which comes from your parents, or it can be acquired during your lifetime because of certain stressful situations, certain chronic stresses, or there could be some exposure to radiation, or there could be various causes. We can have a look at these particular causes. So basically what happens? Usually there is something called as a checkpoint in your cells. As your cells divide, as the body grows, the checkpoint decides how much a cell has to proliferate or how much it has to grow or how much it has to divide. So this checkpoint now has lost its function because of these causes that we just mentioned, and this flow of cells is now lost. Now there are immature cells coming into the circulation. So it's something like if the passport control of a particular country is not working well, of course antisocial elements which are not required by the country are going to come in, and these people are now going to take the place of your normal citizens. They are going to deprive you of your nutrition. So this is basically what happens in a case of cancer. Immature cells, because there is no check, there is no control, they start coming into your circulation, and now these cells start taking the nutrition of your normal cells, so finally depriving your body of its normal function. So this is in short what happens in cancer. As in a case of cancer, the normal nutrition going into your body is diverted to several places, or which are immature cells, and these immature cells usually cannot perform functions of a normal cell. So finally the function of your body is lost, the normal functioning of your body is lost. So how doctors look at cancers? What they do is they try to kill these immature cells. Now killing these immature cells, according to me cannot be the solution to cancers, because no matter how much you kill, newer ones are going to come up. So where is the solution? What should we do? Now here, we homeopaths, we try to look at the entire individual. We try to look at the cause that may have caused this particular problem. This could be a stressful event, or this could be some radiation, or this could be inherited. So what we try to do is, we try to go to your cause and we try to reverse this particular thing. So especially in the initial stages, homeopathy can be a curative mode, especially in these particular cases. In advanced stages, we can still help you by strengthening your physiological reserves so that your body can sustain this cancer better, or can prolong your life, or the quality of life can be better. So these things are definitely achievable through homeopathy. Now usually we homeopaths are very interested in what could be the probable cause of these cancers, and in my experience I've seen several times that some kind of chronic stress or chronic prolonged stress. Now this could be nursing the sick, this could be a discord in the family, this could be a difficult relation between the husband and the wife, or your children. I mean, there could be a million causes that I could mention here, which can be very, very stressful and very, very severe. So usually what happens during these causes is, any stressful event releases a lot of neurotransmitters beyond the physiological limit. Now, any substance going beyond physiological limit eventually becomes a toxin. And now these toxins start acting at the level of your DNA of every cell, to the point where your genes start to mutate. Now that is what this is where we say that a proto-oncogene has now become an oncogene. So a normal cell now starts to divide erratically, starts to become immature, and now it becomes cancerous. So to understand the cause is very important for a homeopath, and this is what he is trying to dig at. This is something like a detective's job. So we go back your memory lane, we try to understand what the probable problem was, and this is what we try to correct. So what this brings about is something called as a genetic reversal of process. So just a cancer cell disappearing is not cure, but we also have to see what comes up after it. And we've seen innumerable number of times that the cancer disease does not disappear, but it transforms itself to something which is a much lower form. And this is evident from the follow-ups that we see in patients. So to cure any case of cancer, one must understand the genetic makeup. How is a human being made? And once you understand the genetic makeup, a person can actually treat a cancer. So the key in cancer is not about curing it, but about transforming it. So it's like striking a very good bargain in your own body, where a bigger disease like a cancer goes and something small comes up with which you can live for years to come. So in this transformation, patients can live a very happy, a very healthy and a strong life. That's what we homeopaths do.
I came to know about this clinic through my daughter's friend. She just spoke to her that my mother has been detected with the breast cancer. So she said that there is one homeopath doctor. Her uncle is also taking the treatment from him. He is also suffering from mouth cancer or something. So then she gave the number of the clinic. My daughter came here, brought all the report and saw Dr. Khedekar with my reports. And he said, yes, I can treat her. And so I came into his safe hands for my treatment. And still from that time, I'm still under his safe hands. And I feel very, very comfortable. I gathered a lot of courage and strength at the time of my chemotherapy. I had heard a lot of horrifying experience at the time of chemo, what happens, and you have to undergo so much loss of sleep and loss of appetite and all that. But luckily, I didn't undergo so much. Little here and there, sometimes it used to happen, nauseatic and all that. But otherwise, throughout, I went very smoothly. Even I was going out. I used to go to temple every day. I used to go out in the evenings. And I was not worried about my loss of hair also. And I had gone weekend outside Bombay also. And I was very comfortable with his medicine. And one most important thing, no blisters in my mouth. That was very most important thing. I could eat easily and everything with his medicine.
Hi, I'm Bhupinder. In 2006, I was diagnosed with cancer of the base of the tongue. I undertook treatment at Jaslok Hospital for chemotherapy and radiation. The treatment lasted for 6 months, till December 2. I still remember the date. In between, around October, November, a friend of mine had told me about Dr. Shripad and homeopathy as an effective treatment. So after my radiation got over, I visited Dr. Shripad and I started homeopathic treatment from him. It's been 6 long years. Yeah, I would like to emphasize long years because initially I got a little apprehensive about the length of the treatment. Since 6 years, I've not faced any major problems, at least of the relapse of cancer. There were stages in between when I was losing my patience because of certain problems which started coming back, problems which I thought I had been cured of. An example, asthma. After my chemotherapy, I was delighted that I did not have any asthma or breathing problems at all. I could breathe very easily. But when I had met Dr. Shripad, he had warned me that some of my earlier problems would come back. And about a year into the treatment, I had started getting bouts of asthma. I was getting frustrated. I was in pain. And the doctor was smiling. He was delighted. Honestly, I felt very irritated at that moment when he said, "See, I got your asthma back." I thought it was hitting me like an abuse, that something I've suffered for years and I thought I would be relieved of. Coming back and the doctor is delighted. But then he explained to me that certain old ailments, when they come back, it's actually like reversing the process. and it would be more of an insurance against a relapse of cancer. That calmed me down. Another problem was my teeth got brittle and started falling off like powder. So I was anxious again. But then the doctor explained to me that life is a bargain, you have to give a lot if you want to get a lot. And these falling brittle teeth of the bones are a small price to pay for overall health. So again, I had to get together and be patient and continue with the treatment. With these highs and lows, barring a few major glitches, there have been no major problems. And honestly, I have not had to take any treatment for cancer whatsoever at Just Lok Hospital. My visits there periodically every 3 to 6 months continue with the oncologist and the radiologist, but every time they've given a thumbs up to my health. I could not gain weight for about 3 years. I had lost around 22 kilos in the 6 months, and for 3 years I remained quite lean. But then I gradually started putting on. Today my weight is exactly what it was in July 2006, and now I'm having to start taking measures to cut it down because I'm overweight. My asthma has not gone totally, but it is not as bad as it was prior to the cancer days. I'm no longer on steroids for asthma at all, which I was earlier to cancer, and I do take some bronchodilators at time when I'm really feeling low. But otherwise, most of the time, the homeopathy has taken care of all this. I would like to add that homeopathy is a long-drawn process. You have to be very patient, but if you have full faith in yourself with positive thinking and your doctor, it is a very effective course of treatment, and it is highly respected by the patients who got better. Obviously, I'm one of them. I wish good luck to all the other patients, and I would like to say one thing. Cancer, we definitely can conquer together with good doctors and good treatment, with positive frame of mind, with belief and faith. So all the best to the others like me who are suffering from diseases like this. There is always hope, provided we have belief and faith in ourselves and in our doctor. I also happen to dabble with poetry a little, just as a hobby. And just in the past 1 hour, a few thoughts crossed my mind. I thought I would like to share them with you. So I would like to recite a small poem composed by me just a few moments ago. Life is a circle, you begin where you end. Life is a circle, you begin where you end, but as you move forward, you can't see the bend. If you're patient and upright, and your direction is right, there is but little doubt you're the winner in the end. There are no free lunches, all things come at a price. If you want to get something, be prepared to sacrifice. What you give is what you get, then why should you regret? What you give is what you get, then why should you regret? Make the best of what you have and stay healthy, happy, wise. Problems have solutions too. There's an end to every grief. Problems have solutions too. There's an end to every grief. Do not doubt or give up. Have faith, have belief. From ashes is phoenix born. Every night has a dawn. Those who try do succeed. Those who seek get relief. Those who try do succeed. Those who seek get relief.
After all, it's homeopathy, the science of tomorrow that betters your life today.